Yes, my dear friend, welcome back to the channel. A very good afternoon to you wherever you are on the globe, or late part of the morning. Yes, late morning. I am coming your way by this time because our game is about to kick off in the next 3 hours, dear friends. In the next 3 hours, Chelsea, Brighton at Stamford Bridge. Yes, we in Asia will be watching the game around 10 p.m. You in Africa, Nigeria, it should be around 1 p.m. In Ghana, 12 p.m. I hope my time is correct. Yeah, it is hot afternoon football match for you Saturday. Hot afternoon game for you guys in Africa. But we in Asia, it is in the evening or at night, 10 p.m. Dear friends, tonight, here in Asia, in Africa, hot afternoon. Chelsea, Brighton at Stamford Bridge. Stamford Bridge. Well, I will not waste much of your time wherever you are on the globe, on the continent of Africa, in Europe, in America, or right here. Dear friend, win probability for tonight's game. Yes, win probability for those of you who want to bet. Win probability is favoring Chelsea. Oh yes, 54% favoring Chelsea. Brighton, 24%. Draw, 22. Draw is 22. Means that probability that the game will end a draw. It could be 0-0, 1-1, but a draw is 22%. Brighton has a win probability of 24%. Chelsea have 54% win probability. Dear friend, all right, now you know how you're going to bet if you want to bet. All right. You see, before I continue or before I go to my preview itself, Brighton's impressive high line has conceded only 4 goals in 5 games and caught the most attackers offside. Brighton, they are very notorious and noted for high line football. Pushing forward. Oh yes. Their defenders are almost at the midline, at the midway line. They like to play high line. And their defenders almost caught attackers offside. They've trained, they've drilled on that perfectly well. And so far, in 5 games this season, in the Premier League, they've conceded only 4 goals in 5 games. 4 goals in 5 games. That is very impressive. Impressive defensive work. You see, by Chelsea, we believe it can be exploited. We believe that high line can be exploited based on our players that we have. Oh yes. Based on the kind of players Chelsea have, Chelsea can actually exploit that high line, defensive line. Dear friends, all right. Like I said, I will not be taking much time. So I'll quickly go over my preview for you this very afternoon. My preview, Chelsea Brighton preview, prediction and team news or lineup for you. Oh yes, dear friend, it is what it is. Tonight, I am hoping for the win, actually for Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. It is seeking to secure their 4th successive victory in all competitions. Chelsea welcome Brighton to Stamford Bridge this afternoon in a Premier League clash. The two teams head for the first time in 4 months. The last time both teams met, Chelsea came on top 2-1 on a scoreline against the Seagulls at the Amex Stadium. Well, that being by the side, since playing out a frustrating 1-1 draw with Crystal Palace on home soil, Chelsea have won each of their last 3 games across all competitions by an aggregate score of 9-0. 9-0. All the 3 games Chelsea played then till now, aggregate score of 9-0. Including back-to-back victories over Bournemouth, 1-0, West Ham, 3-0 in the Premier League. You see, 3 days from beating the Hammers in their own backyard, Enzo Maresca made 11 changes. He made 11 changes in Tuesday's EFL Cup 3rd round tie against 4th tie team Barrow. But his side Chelsea still managed to cruise to a 5-0 win. And remember, it was a home win. Christopher Nkunku had his first hat-trick for Chelsea, not surprisingly though. Now, Chelsea will face Newcastle United or AFC Wimbledon in the 4th round next month for the EFL Cup. But Chelsea must now turn their attention to tonight's game. We must focus on tonight's game first, with Brighton before facing Giants in Europa Conference League next month. And Nottingham Forest next. After facing Giants in the Europa Conference League, the next game will be against Nottingham Forest, if my memory serves me right. Maresca will be keen to see his side build on the positive run of form they have put together and enter the next international break on high. Interestingly, no Premier League team have accumulated more points than Chelsea, 25 since the start of May, with 10 of those picked up in the opening 5 games or 5 matches of the current campaign, which sees them sitting fifth on the league table right now, and only 3 points behind the reigning champions Manchester City at the summit. You see, Chelsea have won all 3 of their top flight away games this term, but they are yet to celebrate success at Stamford Bridge in the Premier League. The Blues have have won just one of their last Premier League home meetings with Brighton, but that was recorded in their most recent clash, 3-2 victory in December 2023. All right, Brighton are one of only 4 Premier League teams currently who are still unbeaten after 5 matches this season, and were involved in a fierce 2-2 draw with another of those with that record, Nottingham Forest, at the MX Stadium last weekend. In contrast, or in a contest that saw both managers sent off and controversially dismissed late on, Brighton were leading 2-1 at the interval, thanks to 2 goals scored in 3 minutes from Jack Hinshelwood and Danny Welbeck. But a 70th-minute strike from Ramon Sosa ultimately salvaged a point for Nuno Espirito Santos' side. Now, tonight's game, Fabian Hasler will not be in the dugout due to the red card he received in the last game when Brighton traveled to Chelsea, as he has been charged by the FA with acting in an improper manner. He's been charged for acting in an improper manner in the closing stages of last weekend's game. Well, assistant coach Andrew Croft is therefore set to lead the Seagulls at Stamford Bridge tonight, and he believes that the first team squad have a lot to learn, review analysis, and grow from following the draw from the Forest game. Brighton will be seeking revenge against Chelsea after they suffered defeat both home and away against the Blues last season. The Seagulls have only ever won 3 of their previous 23 meetings with West Londoners across all competitions. Oh yes, they've won only 3 of their 23 meetings with Chelsea across all competitions. Now, on your table currently is a chart. Chelsea Premier League form and Brighton's Premier League form. Chelsea won the last game, the first game of the season. No. I'm sorry. Chelsea's Premier League form currently is what you can see on the screen. Currently, and the Chelsea form in all competitions. You could see very clearly in the Premier League our form right now. Oh, this thing, I didn't write it, so I'm sorry about that. Okay, let's go to the next one. I'll come back to it next. Okay, Chelsea are still having to cope without Captain Reece James as he continues to recover from a hamstring injury. But Maresca has confirmed that Romeo Lavia is available for selection after a spell on the sideline with a thigh problem. Well, after making 11 changes in midweek, Maresca is set to revert to a similar side that beat West Ham last weekend. Although Malo Gusto could retain his spot at the right back after returning from injury to play the first 45 minutes against Barrow. And Enzo Fernandez, Moise Caicedo, and Cole Palmer are all expected to be recalled in midfield. While Nicola Jackson, labeled a full package by Hasler, is set to replace hat-trick hero Nkuku up front and link up with wingers Jadon Sancho and Noni Madueke in attack. Dear friend, this is not my predicted lineup. This is just the preview I'm giving you. I'll give you my lineup very soon. You see, as for Brighton, Hasler has confirmed that João Pedro is ruled out with a knock picked up in the closing stages of last weekend's draw with Forest, while Matt O'Reilly, ankle, Solimarch, knee injury, and James Milner, thigh, all remain in the treatment room with injuries. However, Yasin Ayari is available to return after missing the last match through illness, while summer signing Brojan Gruda could return to the match day squad after a spell on the sidelines with an unspecified problem. Dear friends, quickly, let me conclude. Midfielder Matt Wefa will be hoping to force his way back into the 11 ahead of either Hinswold or Carlos Baleba, while fellow new recruit Yankuba Minta will battle with Simon Adingra for a start on the right wing. In the absence of Pedro, club record signing Jorginho Ruta is poised to continue in an advanced role behind the central striker Danny Welbeck. Now, I'll go to my predicted lineup right now. My predicted lineup right now before I conclude. I will expect Chelsea to start in tonight's game yesterday with Robert Sanchez in goal post. On the left side, Marc Cucurella, central defense. On the right side of the defense, Malo Gusto will take over. Gusto is back, and I expect him to take over. Central defenders, Levi Colwill and Adebayo. Yes, I will expect these two to be my central defenders. In midfield, Moise Caicedo will be right there with Enzo Fernandez. The number 10 row, I suspect Christopher Nkuku playing the number 10 as just behind the striker Nicolas Jackson. Cole Palmer taking the number 11 row, number 7 row on the right flank. Cole Palmer, I expect him to start from Noni Madueke's position. Then Jadon Sancho on the left. So I have Robert Sanchez, Marc Cucurella, Levi Colwill, Adebayo, Malo Gusto, Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, Christopher Nkuku, number 10, Jadon Sancho on the left, Cole Palmer on the right, and then Nicolas Jackson heading the attack. That is my predicted lineup for tonight's game. Oh yes, it is my predicted lineup for tonight's game. If you heard me right, let's see whether my prediction will come true or not. All right. Chelsea, I will expect Chelsea to win tonight's game by 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. That is my prediction. At least 3 goals have been scored across each of the last 4 Premier League meetings between these two attack-minded teams. And another entertaining contest could be in store at Stamford Bridge this afternoon. Brighton have several technically gifted forwards who could cause Chelsea problems and end the club's run of 3 consecutive clean sheets. It's very possible, but my spirit within me, I have a strong feeling that the game will end 2-0 in favor of Chelsea. Yes. Ultimately, I feel the West Londoners will ultimately find a way to outscore and win the game and claim the victory. Another clean sheet over Brighton tonight. Dear friends, don't ever think Chelsea is going to give up. No, our home record tonight will be a clean sheet. All right, dear friends, you see, before I go, big shout out to you guys all out there. And let me start on a shout out with David Wonderson. He says, for me, all these three midfielders are important in Chelsea team right now. Enzo has the ability to pass the ball. Caicedo is good at his tackling and defensive skills. Lavia also has the ability to dribble and move the ball forward. So for me, I will choose all three. It's left with the coach to decide. But about this, they still have other qualities. David from Ghana. Big shout out to you, David from Ghana. The next one also coming from, it's a good work from your brother, David from Ghana. Big shout out to you, David from Ghana. The next one's from Anefiok Musa. He says, good morning, boss. Salon's blog. Thanks very much for keeping us current on this platform. I really love the work you are doing. More grace, sir. Anefiok Moses, based in Asaba, Nigeria. Ibrahim Shola says, happy new weekend. Happy new weekend to you, to my brother, and big shout out to you. The next one says, all this is due to his hamstring method. All this is due to his training methods, referring to Pochettino. Run. No star, no pattern, no teamwork, no identity. Maresca is able to free those guys from injury because he quickly works on tactics based on football instead of run style of football. Big shout out to you. That is coming from Bamigbade Fridayos. Big shout out to you out there. The next one says, Mr. Salon, thank you for your good work. Be smart from GH Ghana. Keep your names coming in and where you are watching us from. The next one says, from Collins from Nigeria. He said, good morning, sir. Thank you. Big shout out to you, Collins from Nigeria. This one says, good morning, sir. I love your work. Keep it up. How I wish my players should be fit throughout the season. That is our prayer, that our players, Chelsea, will be fit throughout the season as we started. Yes, big shout out to you out there. Your name is what? Scott. Big shout out to you, Scott, in Nigeria, I guess. All right, the next one says, good morning, sir. I like where our players is fit. I'm ready to play for the club this season. I wish we got to top 4 this season and also lift some trophy that we can lift. I'm expecting a good season ahead of us. Big shout out to you. The name is Fabian Bright. Fabian Bright, big shout out to you wherever you are. Have a great Saturday afternoon. Enjoy the game, and I believe Chelsea will come up on top this afternoon. Kole Wisdom says, good morning, Wisdom from Ghana. It's a win today. Sure, it is going to be a win today, indeed. Big shout out to you, Kole Wisdom from Ghana. The next one says, good work from you on this channel. Keep it up. I am Oyama Fami from Calabar, Nigeria. Thank you so much, and big shout out to you. Big shout out to you, Oyama Fami from Calabar, Nigeria. This one says, good evening, Mr. Salon. Please, Poch has gone. So just forget about him, because if that's what you are trying to compare, then know that Silva came to Chelsea just because of Lampard. All right, dear friends, I think I'll have to end it there. I'll be back with my post-match reaction just after the game. Immediately after the game, I'll be right here to give my reaction. I'll see you guys in the next one when you see me, dear friends. Shalom and peace.